On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
But what I would ask you, Anton, is speaking to the young bloods, what is discipline? How do you get there? You've been there for a minute.
But no, it's easy. Listen, if you can control how you feel, and you can control your emotions, and you can control your desires, if you can look past what a woman looks like and focus more on the value that she provides outside of what she got between her legs, you'll be way more successful. I'm not going to these different cities to record these shows. Kay will tell you, Courtney will tell you, when I show up, I'm about business. I'm immediately about business. I'm like, yo, when we're recording, I'm setting up. We a party afterwards. Straight up. I'm about the bag, and I'm about being successful. And as a result, they rock with me. They fall in line. They take care of business. They on top of things. We about getting to the bag. We don't care nothing about all of that extra stuff. So I don't have to worry about the stuff that comes along with being, being lusty or always desiring and all of that other type of stuff. It's about it's about fulfilling our purpose and taking care of business. I don't care nothing about all of that other stuff. So I'm able to control myself, which ultimately leads to the greatest results. And it's easy. It's simple.
Courtney, can women ever be trusted?
Again, I'm going to make sure a preference. I'm not going to say all. I'm going to preference and say majority. I look at a woman's nature and how we're raised. And I was raised on how you can use your femininity to get what you want. I understand the idea of the damsel in distress motive. It's manipulation. So can women be trusted? Again, talking about hypergamy and as always trying to level up to the best human nature of us on how we are taught how to manipulate and how to use your sexuality to get what you want. Even thinking about other women. Women don't trust each other. I wish a woman would come around my man. I'd be like, hold up, what's her intention? What's she doing without even knowing her? So I don't even trust women. So, I'm going to have to say a solid no.
So if you had, like, let's say you're married, would your husband be able to trust you?
Well, I would know how to, and as women, I would know how to try to use sexuality, use my femininity to try to get what I want. That's just my nature, to be honest. So let me finish, Kay. So I would definitely suggest my husband, your boyfriend, Danielle's husband, to have a side eye.
So would your husband, like your hypothetical husband, be able to trust you?
I said he always should be having a side eye. So
it's a yes or no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what do you take from that? Let me ask you, what do you take from that? When I say side eye, what does that mean to you?
It sounds like, and I'm trying to get you to just answer, but it sounds like that's like
be acting like I'm UK. I answer questions.
No, I said, would your husband, like in the future, would your husband be able to trust you? And you said he should have a side eye.
Nobody got time for that.
Does that mean he should not trust you?
Well, the side eye means that I would know how to manipulate some kind of ways to get what I want as a woman. So no.
Okay, so your husband shouldn't trust you.
He shouldn't put 100% trust in nobody, and that includes me, his wife. You're absolutely correct.
This conversation is good. It's giving me chills now, man.
I don't think your husband should trust you. I got it. Okay.
Hey, y'all get the likes up. Make sure y'all get the likes up. I can't see what y'all saying in the comments, but make sure y'all get the likes up. This is the most entertaining show on earth, yo.
All right, Courtney, I'm gonna give you a moment. I know it's like Kay chose violence tonight, so
no, I'm with it. She. I stay strapped.
We all got.
Let me ask, Kay. Like, do you understand the idea of the damsel in distress? And
I forgot about you, brother. I'm coming for you. I got that question.
And how women are taught how to get out of a ticket and how to use. We could talk about Players Club. How to use what you got to get what you want. So are you telling me that you've never done that?
You're comparing Players Club, like the movie?
Yeah,
What are we
I
talking
used a quote. How to use
So
which.
are we talking about
So have you?
strippers?
Okay.
Wives? Like, are we really making
quit
this?
deflecting. Quit deflecting. I'm not talking about the movie. What I'm saying is a quote. The
I'm not
quote in the movie,
deflecting.
Kay. The quote in the movie, Kay. Like, let's stop. Let's be adults. It's a quote in the movie. So have you not used your femininity, you being a woman, your sexuality to manipulate something out of a person?
Now, this is something y'all should be able to believe based on how many times y'all have called me masculine. I do not use that to manipulate people. I really don't.
I didn't say you do it. I said, have you ever?
I just said I do not. Like, I don't understand. I think y'all just don't be trying to hear my answers because I just said I do not.
She didn't say do you or don't you right now. She said, okay, so I'm not a liar. Have I ever lied in my life?
Yes.
Absolutely, I have. So she's asking you, have you ever used it to your advantage?
No. Why do y'all
Give me a second, Tara. I'll be back, bro. I gotta find these. I gotta find these
Okay.
caps, bro.
Hey, have you ever lied?
I have to find these
Okay.
caps, bro.
Okay, have you ever lied in your life?
For sure.
You lied.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're
should your man trust you knowing that you lied?
Now you're going, what? First you asked me if I've ever used sexuality to manipulate a man.
Look at here,
No,
Kay.
I haven't.
Kay, I
And now
can ask different questions.
Okay, I get it. And now you're asking me
Yes.
if I've lied before.
Right.
Should my man be able to trust me? Yes.
Knowing
my
that
man.
but you're a liar. You've lied.
What are you, girl? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're like your thoughts are kind of. I don't get it. You
Right.
are. What does this have to do with anything we're saying? You're trying to prove a point, but it's not really the connection's
Well,
not.
you're not listening, and you do that a lot. You're not listening at all. You just want to respond. And so, what this has to do with it is trust. If you've had or done something that's untrustworthy, then it would behoove of your man to say, you know what? I know her character. She might not be able to. I might not be able to trust her 100%. That's okay. It don't mean he doesn't love you or respect you, but he should give you the side eye.
No, that's how you feel about yourself. In my own life, my man can trust me. You said your man should side eye you. We can have different opinions, Courtney. It's okay.
Can women ever be trusted?
Yeah, I think that women can be trusted in certain circumstances. I don't think that hoes can be trusted. I don't trust none of these hoes. I don't trust nobody that's in my DM. I don't trust nobody. But my chick specifically, like, she got the nuke code. She got everything. She got every single password to every account. And that's more or less just in case anything ever happened to me or anything like that. Because I've seen situations where, like, even my dad, when he passed away, we had to figure a lot of junk out and get all of the different accounts and everything like that. So I just took the liberty of making sure that everything is a line and, from a business perspective. But I trust my chick 200%. 200%. Like, she will go to war for me. She will die for me. She will do anything for me. I trust my chick 200% with my life. I trust her with my passcodes. I trust her with every single thing ever.
That is a great.
Wait, Kay.
Anton.
Oh, he got a follow up. You see, he put the cap on. You got the cap on, really?
I went to Comiskey Park for this one.
You can. I've been married for 17 years. I've known my chick since 1996.
Yep.
And we have always been straightforward, forthcoming, proactive, and exactly what we looking for. No reason to lie. And when I want something, I say it exactly. I don't mince words. I don't hide nothing. I'm straight up direct and straight into it without any kind of reservation whatsoever.
That's a fact. And that part is documented. And these are some of the things that I salute and champion you on, brother. 1000%. Anytime I get an opportunity to salute you, champion you, give you your roses, the whole nine, because I wholeheartedly support you.
And I will say this also, not only she's proven it over and I mean, I was in some crazy circumstances even before we got married, after we got married. I was in some of the craziest situations that you can imagine, and she's absolutely proven it 1,000%. She don't play no games. If a dude even remotely think about saying something to her, she come to me immediately like, "Yo, fam just tried. I think that fam just tried to talk to me or whatever, so on and so forth." If it's somebody that I know, she let me know immediately. She don't play no games whatsoever. We don't play that.
So wait, so here's my question. Honestly, follow up was, when did you get to 200% that you trust her? So was it at 22? Was it at 21? Was it at 19? Was it at 37? When did you get to the 200%?
Before I got married. She was realer than any homie I ever met. She was realer than any of the blood that I ever met. She held me down in some of the most crazy situations when I went completely broke. I went broke, and I've documented it. I've said it online and everything like that. I haven't made a lot of money early in my life, and I went completely broke. I lost everything. She was down to do whatever. She didn't care what it took in order to empower me to be successful. She was right there, the whole 9 yards, riding the wave. And I had $0 in my account. And she was like, "You know what? I'm with you to the death. Ain't no trading in, ain't no divorce. I don't care what this turns out like. I feel like you're going to be the greatest man ever. But if you ain't, then we just going down in this ship together." So I trust my chick 200%. Is nothing that she does not know. Not one thing.
Anton, I have a question. Do you look at your woman, how she acts, as the typical woman?
No. I would say for majority of women, don't trust them. But
right. So again,
for
there's always exceptions to the rule. Your wife would be an exception.
Yeah, I think so.
When you look at exceptions, the exception is if women are honest with themselves.
Well, but I'll do you another one though, Courtney. And this is crazy, to be honest with you. But I trust my brother's wife 200%. Like I'm telling you, these women that surround me, they different. They a different breed. They not these modern women. They a whole nother. Jasmine, that girl will kill for me. If you say anything negative about me, she will. I'm telling you, these girls, they don't play no games.
Right, but these are exceptions to the rule. So when we're looking at this, and like I said, I preference to say majority. Mm-hmm. And I think that you would, or majority of men would say, I would give him a salad. Really, you would tell your son not to. It's a reason being, because we're in a whole different world right now where women, we've been.
So, Cora, are you saying the same thing that I've been saying, that Anton is an anomaly?
He is.
But Anton say he's not an anomaly.
Well, I think he is.
I think he is.
And his wife would be too.
Well, we know that history. He groomed her, and she was the good girl. So he got her.
That is true. I have groomed her. I've literally groomed. Like even today. Even today, like I just said it on one of my last, like probably a video ago or 2 videos ago.
We saw it.
I said continue to groom them. So I mean, and she completely subjects herself to me. She rock with me, and it's to the death. So
cool, I hate that I missed you while you was at the crib, bro. But I enjoyed that video thoroughly, even from the time how you held her accountable for making you late. I thought that was dope.
Yeah. Well, we was partying out in Chicago. It was dope. JR was showing us the city. We had a time. We had a time. It was a vibe. It was dope.
Yeah, it was definitely a vibe. Danielle, can women ever be trusted?
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. I believe that I agree with Courtney. I think that the vast majority of women it's difficult to trust 100%, but I think there's levels to trust. I think that for a majority of women, it's similar to like teenagers. I think there's certain families will say, oh, we have an amazing 17-year-old. We could trust them with everything. We sign over our whole lives to them. We know they'll do the right thing. And then there are some parents who wouldn't trust them to lock the door if they were coming in, just the very most minute things. I think that's how it is with women. And a lot of times you have to look at their conditioning. I think similar to what Anton was saying, how he groomed his wife. I think you can look at how that woman reacts and interacts with her father, how much she is held accountable with other family members in her life, and how well she takes to that. I think all of those things you can kind of give you a hint to how trustworthy a woman is. But I think just because you might not trust her 80 or 100%, that doesn't mean that, you can't love her or you can't grow to that level. I think everyone, like Courtney says, all men have to have that side eye, because the statistics show that majority of, if we're talking about marriage, women are the ones who bring the divorce.
Yes.
And a lot of the issues are something that can be resolved within the two of them. But a lot of times a woman is, monkey barring from one thing to the other, kind of padding herself to protect herself from any sort of vulnerability or hurt. That's, I think, in a woman's nature. So you can't expect her to not be like that. I think men have to be careful and always realize that that's a very great possibility just by the statistics. But I think you can look at the context clues and realize, okay, I see that this person is held accountable a lot and takes to that well and likes to please and likes to be considered a trustworthy person and shows that in their actions. Then you might be able to trust her. It's rare though.
It's been preaching tonight, Danielle. Come on, Pastor. Look, these men can't even trust women when they're dating them. With the weaves, the lashes, the contacts, the contouring, seriously, the body shapers. You don't even know who you're dating.
I think overall you are right, Court. I just don't think that the majority of guys should trust just general women in general. But I think that there are people that come along in our lives, and it's not a lot of people. I think there are people that come along in our lives that transform what we are to become based off of how they align themselves with us. And I think that often at times we let those people fall away from us. We push them away. We try to, make the majority situation apply to those specific individuals that come into our lives. I mean, even if I'm not going to go into that part, but ultimately I think that there are certain people that come into our lives that's meant to be there for the best of us, and we push them away. And so I do think that there are some women that can be trusted. The majority, absolutely not. I don't trust the majority of men either, though. So you know what I'm saying?
That's just a
good point.
Ladies, if that's the case, because I feel like the skew and the narrative in the position of the question, and JR can correct me if I'm wrong, is we're really saying, can the modern Black woman be trusted? Is that what we're asking?
I trust women more than I trust men. I'll tell you that much.
Well, just say modern woman, because I don't think it's a differential with Black women, Asian. It's women, because it's a women nature.
So then the modern. Okay, so you're saying the modern
women.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that. Okay.
Well, when it comes to me, I would just say that I don't trust anybody 100%. But when it comes to particularly women, because that's what the question is, I trust, but I wouldn't put nothing past them. Don't nothing surprise me. So if something was to happen, I'd be like, I already had it in my head that it was a possibility or the potential. I don't want to be caught off guard. I always say that there's always the possibility of potential.
Let me add this in there though, JR. I think that the problem with a lot of guys And the reason why they fall into situations that they can't align themselves with women to a larger extent is because they're unable to control their cock. And when you introduce that into the conversation, a lot of times it changes the dynamic of how they align with you. So I would say that the majority of the people that work for me are women. They are smarter, they are quicker, they're more driven, but I never cross a boundary that puts them in a space to where they have to start thinking outside of what it is that they're supposed to be doing on a daily basis on a professional level. And when you're able to control your cock and you're able to control the circumstances, they'll go to the end of the earth to ensure that you're successful and rock with you and align with you. But ultimately, that's based off of how you carry yourself. So if you control the narrative and you control your cock and you're not caught up in what she looks like, but you're more focused on the results that come along with it, they'll rock with you.
But what I would ask you, Anton, is speaking to the young bloods, you know, what is discipline? How do you get there? You've been there for a minute.
But no, I mean, it's easy. Listen, if you can control how you feel and you can control your emotions and you can control your desires, if you can look past what a woman looks like and focus more on the value that she provides outside of what she got between her legs, you'll be way more successful. I'm not going to these different cities to record these shows. Kay will tell you, Courtney will tell you, when I show up, I'm about business. I'm immediately about business. I'm like, yo, when we're recording, I'm setting up. We a party afterwards. Straight up, I'm about the bag and I'm about being successful. And as a result, they rock with me. They fall in line. They take care of business. They on top of things. We about getting to the bag. We don't care nothing about all of that extra stuff. So I don't have to worry about the stuff that comes along with being, you know what I'm saying, being lusty or always desiring and all of that other type of stuff. It's about it's about fulfilling our purpose and taking care of business. I don't care nothing about all of that other stuff. So I'm able to control myself, which ultimately leads to the greatest results. And it's easy. It's simple.